Hello guys, welcome back to Python Basic Tutorial Series Day 21 class. It's me Ashwath M. Shetty taking you people to understand the basic concept of Python. In my previous class, I have demonstrated some built-in functions to work with the lists. Today's class, I would like to demonstrate some other concepts like nested lists and passing the list as a parameter into the function. Okay, well guys, we'll start with the nested list. You know that nested list means nothing but when a list appears as an element of another list, it is called a nested list. That means we are going to create the list inside another list. For example, take list 1 is equal to, so give some values, okay, 10, 20, and some characters also we can give. After that, so inside the list 1 I am creating another list, okay, that is 6, 7, 8. So this entire character in the list index, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th index as a 5th element, okay, fine. And we can give some other values. Clear. Now create. The list 1 is created. Now the 5th element of the list is also a list. We can observe here the 5th element, this is, it is also a list here, okay. Let's just print list 1 now like this. Now if we want to access the list elements, you know that by using the index value we can access like this. For example, list 1 of 4, if I give like this, the 4th index element, that is 5th element, will be displayed like this, okay. But if we want to access the element of the nested leaf separately, that is nested leaf list of list 1, then we have to specify the 2 indices, like for example list 1 of I and list j, to access the nested list elements, okay. The first index I, it will be take us to desired nested list, and second index j, it will be taking us to desired element in the nested list, okay. Let us access now nested list element. Now for example, list 1 of 4, and in the inside that I can give 1, okay, I value 4 and j value 1. Now that is 7, that is see, this is the 4th index value, and in that 0 and 1, this is the 0 and 1 value. Like this we can access nested list elements, okay. Well guys, I hope nested list concept is clear. We'll move to the next concept called copying a list. So sometimes we need to copy list, and we need to have the same list elements in the another list. In that case we can use the copying list options. Simplest, it is nothing but it is very simplest way to make a copy of the one list, that is assigning to the another list. We can assign the elements of one list to another list. For example, we have list 1 of 1, 2, 3, okay. Now I can assign like list 2 is equal to list 1. This is a straightforward way to copy or assign by assignment operator, assignment method, okay. Now if you print list 1 same values and list 2 also same values, but here what happens, the statement list 2 is equal to list 1 does not create a new list, rather it is going to just make list 1 and list 2 refers to the same list object. Here list 2 actually becomes an alias to the list 1. Therefore if you make any changes into the any one of the list, it will be reflected into the other list. For example, just use list one append function. Append of I can give any values, like I will give 9. I am performing operation on the list 1 now. It will automatically affect to the list 2 as well. For example, check it now. List 1 is appended with 9, and check with the list 2. E1 list 2 also appended. So this is the assignment. In this type, the assignment method works in the copying of the list. Okay. Even we can also create a copy, or we can clone of the list as a distinct object by the other methods. So we have 3 methods to do this task. First method we can by using the slicing method we can copy, and secondly we can copy the list value by using the built-in function called the list function, and finally third method we can use the copy function of Python library copy. Okay, let's see one by one each method. We can demonstrate individually. Let's start with the first method, that is the copying the list by using the slicing technique. Okay, for to do so, we can slice our original list and store it into a new variable of the list. Okay, we have to follow some syntax for that. That is, for example, new list. The syntax is like this: new list is equal to whole list. Okay, new list is equal to whole list. Inside that whole list, we should specify like this. We should enclose the colon in the square bracket. That means all the elements of old list will be copied into new list. Okay, now we'll see the example for that. For example, list 1, I am creating the list 1 as a new list, giving values like something like this. Now I should copy this list into the new list. For that I can do list 2 is the new list. Okay, now old list we have to specify, that is list 1 is the whole list and colon. Clear? This is the general syntax, general format. Now the list 1 elements are copied to the list 2 elements. Just print the list 2 now. The list 2 elements are displayed as same as list 1. Clear? This is the copying of a list by using slicing technique. Well guys, we'll move to the method 2, that is by using the built-in function called list function. To do so, we should follow the syntax called that new list is equal to list of old list. We should give. Okay, like this. So this is the general syntax. In this statement, what happens? The old list value is going to copy into the new list. Okay, for example, we can see that is list 1. Let's create a new list 0, 1, 2, and we can give some alphabets as well. Okay, 10. So list 1 is created. Now we should give the new list, that is the list 2 is equal to, we should use the built-in function here, list function, and we should pass the parameter, that is list 1. Okay, list of list 1. Now the list 1 values are copied into the list 2 now. Now display the list 2. Okay, it is displayed like this. Okay, this is the use of built-in function list to copy the list elements. Well guys, we'll see the next method, that is using of copy function, copy the elements of list. Okay, to use the copy function, we should use the statement called import copy first. We should import this library function, copy function. Okay, now the copy function is imported. Now let us perform the copying of list 1. We have the list 1 elements like this. Now we can copy the list 1 into the list 2 by using the copy function, that is the copy of, and we should pass the parameter, that is argument, that is list 1 has the argument. Okay, now the list 1 elements are got copied into list 2. You can check the value of list 2 now. Okay, list 2, understand, this is copied. Same way we can check for, you can create another, if just change the name of the list, list 3, and I will give here, instead of list 1 I will give list 2. Okay, now check the list 3 value now. Okay, print list 3, understand. Like this we can make use of the copying of list methods. Clear? Well guys, we'll move to the next concept called list as argument to a function. So we have seen that string as argument to a function. Same way we can use list as argument whenever a list is passed as an argument to a function. We'll see this concept list as an argument to a function by demonstrating one program called program to increment the elements of a list. In this, what happens, the list is passed as an argument to a function called increment. So I am creating one new file. So let us define the function called increment. Okay, so in this function increment I am passing the list as the argument. For that I am giving list 2. Okay, and here I am going to use the for loop to traverse the list same as traversing of string. Okay, for that, for I in range, in this range I am giving the index like range values, that is starting from 0 and using the len function to get the up to end of the list. Okay, list 2. Clear? After this I should increment each time with the value 5. That means I am trying to do 5 is added to individual elements in the list after assigning. Let us for that I am giving the statement called list 2 of I plus is equal to 5 I will do. That means it will incremented by 5. Now let's give print statement, that is reference. Okay, reference of list inside function. That is I am here showing that ID of the list now. Okay, by using the ID function, ID of list 2. Okay, so for our clear reference. Now this is the end of our function, increment function. Now I want to have the inputs like list 1. From the list 1 I am going to create inside the function only. So that is 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, now I'm going to print reference of list, this reference, list 1 reference. Okay, reference of list 1. Okay, that is ID of list 1. Clear? Here something mistake, that is here I use single. Okay, clear. Now after this I should call the function, that is the list before function call. I'm going to print before function call values of the list, that is print list 1. Okay, clear? After that, I should use the function call now, increment of list2. Sorry, I should pause. List1 has argument now here. Here what happened, list1 is passed as parameter to function. Now we'll give the print statement like the list after function call. Okay, now we are going to print the list 1. Okay, now let us save this program. The program is saved. Now run the program. Okay, you can observe here reference of list1, that is ID of list1 is 47586080, and the list before the function call was 10 20 30 40 50. The elements are printed, and our second statement, that reference of list inside the function, that is list2, ID of list2 is 47586080, same it is reflecting. And the list after the function call, you can check here, that means we have called the increment function and we have used the increment step size is 5. So each time this value 5 incremented by 5. So you can observe here the values are incremented by 5. 10 is incremented to 15, 20 is to 25, 30 to 35, and 40 to 45, 50 to 55. So like this we can make use of the list. We can pass the list as the argument. Clear? Well guys, so today we have learned what is meant by nested list, and how we can copy the list elements by using the different types of methods. And finally we learned how to pass the list as the argument to the function in the program. Well guys, I hope today's class got informative, and practice all the code what I have demonstrated, and like the video, share to your friends. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.